This one's so funny. This one says, does your boyfriend pay for your bags or do you? It's Celesta. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be doing a Q&A. I posted on my Instagram story a Q&A and I'll be sure to do this again soon. So make sure you're following me on Instagram and I'll have my TikTok linked right here too. If you love these type of videos, make sure you subscribe. I do post videos weekly. Okay, so there's kind of two different types of questions. It's either like personal questions or like handbag related questions. So we'll start with the personal questions first and then we'll move our way over to the handbag questions. Starting with the first question from my best friend Ale. She asks, how is my BFF doing? And honestly, we're hanging in there. It's been nice like since COVID to just be able to stay at home and do things like this, and I feel like I've been more of a homebody ever since the pandemic, but we are doing okay. So Hannah asks, sushi or boba? And honestly, if money was not an issue, I could eat sushi every single day. Boba, that's good too, but like I would definitely eat sushi every day if I could afford it. And someone else asked, age, college major, and career. So I am 23 years old. I'm turning 24 later this month. I majored in business administration and I knew that I wanted to work in marketing, but I also wanted to get a bigger picture of everything else. I wanted to be able to take finance classes, accounting, econ, real estate, supply chain. I got to take all of these different classes as a business admin major, which then gives me a better picture of like how the business is run. In terms of my career, I currently work at a tech company in the Bay Area. I do marketing automation, which is essentially like the back end of digital marketing. If you're interested in marketing automation or Marketo, things like that, please let me know. So this is not really a handbag question, but also not really a personal question either. So we're just gonna put it in here anyways. Camille asks, who is my favorite person to watch on TikTok? Honestly, I love so many people on TikTok. I don't know if I could choose just one, but my favorite people to watch on TikTok are also the ones that I've been able to like build a relationship with outside of the app as well. So we've been able to like text, even like FaceTime or like meet up in person, and we've become genuine friends. So off the top of my head, Jeffrey, Huang, and Fiona, they are the sweetest people ever. Also Louis Vuitton luxury lovers. Erica's Girly World is also amazing. She is so sweet, so funny. Absolutely love her style. JC Dabrowski, oh my goodness, amazing, always with glowing skin, and he also has a deep-seated fashion addiction as well, which we love. Mimi, who I met on TikTok but doesn't post as often on TikTok but more on YouTube, and she's been super helpful helping me get my YouTube started and things like that. Donna says, first of all, love your videos. Can you do a hair care routine and maybe how you style your hair? So I guess today it's a little bit different because it's straight. Usually if I'm like filming content, I'll curl it, but I just like wasn't feeling it today. So I'll link my hair tutorial video down below. I usually don't do too much to my hair. I wash it and maybe like once a week, once every 5 days, which is, I mean, I'm not seeing anyone during the week, so it's fine. But yeah, I really don't do too much. When I curl my hair, I use the dry bar curling iron and some heat protectant, and I just use it as a wand because I don't know how to curl it with like the clamp. But anyways, I'll leave that tutorial video, which I posted on TikTok, in the description box below. Someone else asked, what is your makeup brush washing routine? This is a great question. So I don't really wash my brushes that often, or as often as I should. I got one of these mats from Target, and I'm sure you can find them on Amazon too. It was like in the dollar, like $5 section at Target when you first walk in, and it's just like a mat that you can use to like rub the brushes on. I probably do that maybe, I used to do it more often. I used to do that maybe like once every 3 weeks, but ever since like COVID, and I don't wear makeup I don't wear makeup unless I'm filming content. So I don't even remember the last time I washed my brushes, which is really bad. How long have you and your boyfriend been together? Thank you, Isla, for your question. So we have been together for almost 5 years. It'll be 5 years in September. And then we just started living together back in March, or end of March. Okay, I think that is all of the personal non-bag related questions. So we're gonna jump into the bag related questions in no particular order. We're just gonna go through, I'm on my iPad right now, and I'm just gonna read it off. Okay, what are your top 3 favorite handbags? This is a really tough question. I feel like the top 3 changes pretty often, but top 3 meaning they may not be my favorite, but if, like, God forbid, the apartment burns down or something like that, and I can only have take 3 handbags with me, I would choose 3 bags that I would be able to use for the rest of time. So I would take a bag that I could use for work. I would take a bag that I could use like as an everyday bag, running errands and things like that. And then lastly, I would take a bag that I could use for evenings. So off the top of my head, for evenings, I would definitely choose my Chanel Mini, which is right here. She's the newest bag. She is also one of the most expensive bags, so we would take her. The other bag I think I would choose is probably the Neverfull or the Neo No Way. I feel like either one of those I could take to work, but I definitely would not take both. And then last but not least, I would probably choose my Palm Springs Mini as my everyday bag. I'm scrolling through this and I'm seeing quite a few questions about Polene, so we'll lump all of the Polene questions together. Just a disclaimer, I am not sponsored by Polene. Polene does not pay me to say good things about them. I genuinely love the brand. So yeah. Anyways, let's go. Okay, so Chloe asks, do you think Polene will catch on and become a more mainstream brand? At least here in the US, I honestly don't think so, because they are based in France. So maybe they would be a little bit more mainstream in France or in Europe, but I don't really see that here becoming a possibility, especially if they're not going to be opening up stores. There was a rumor on Purse Forum that said that Polene was going to be opening up a store in New York and in Japan. I don't know if that's confirmed or not, because I don't see that on the website or anything like that. But if that is the case, I could see that becoming a thing. But as of right now, having only 1 store in France, I don't really think that they'd become mainstream. I could see it somewhat being like Senrev, or similar to Strathberry, where they may sell in bigger department stores, but it's not going to be Coach or Michael Kors or Kate Spade type of brand. How are you liking your new Polene styling and try on tips? Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is the newest Polene bag that I got. This is the number 10 or numero 10. I absolutely love it. It is probably one of my favorite bags from Polene. I will have a link to my Polene bag video here, so you can actually see that how I style it and different ways to wear it and things like that. And then someone else asked, how is the quality of the Polene numero 10? So this is the same bag, same question. The quality is amazing. I've never been disappointed about Polene quality. There was one time I was at Daiso last week. It was one of the first few times that I was wearing the bag, and the strap did fall off. And I was able to push it back in together, and there didn't seem to have any issues. So I'm gonna say it's okay. But if it does become a recurring issue, and I don't know if it's going to be an issue, because if you're constantly changing the straps in and out, then maybe the hardware will get kind of loose. I'm not sure. As of right now, I think everything is good to go. And that is the first issue that I've had with the bag. Or any Polene bags, because any other bag, I've never had issues like that. Okay, someone else asked, favorite Polene bag? I'm considering the Un. So I do like that bag. Honestly, I think my favorite has to be the number 10. I don't know if it's because it's the newest or if it's because it's the most versatile bag that I own, and I've always wanted a black bum bag similar. Well, I wanted the Louis Vuitton bum bag in empreinte leather, but I don't know if it's really my style, and I didn't want to spend $2,000 on something that's maybe not my style. So I feel like this is a great segue towards that bag. I can wear this as a shoulder bag, but if I'm feeling like that kind of vibe, I can also wear it across my chest. So that's probably one of my favorite bags. Another bag that I really enjoy using is the Numero 8 Mini, which is this one right here. I think this is so cute, so unique for summer. Probably not the most practical bag, but I do think it's really cute, and I love it. And then last Polene question is, does Polene have sales? No, they do not. So I asked the Polene rep when we first started collaborating together if I could have a promo code just to share with you guys. I didn't necessarily need it to be commission based. I just really want you guys to have a discount. I really don't like paying for things at full price. So anything helps for me. And they said that they don't offer discount codes because their bags are already priced really reasonably, which I definitely agree with. Shipping is $20, and the only time that I've noticed that they do free shipping is between end of November and early December, just around Christmas time, and then they will usually give free shipping. At least that's how they did it last year and the year before that. Other than that, I've never seen them offer any other discount codes or free shipping or anything like that. And then now we have a few questions about like cleaning the bags slash how to take care of them. So how do you clean and disinfect your bags during the pandemic? Honestly, I haven't really done anything different pre-pandemic versus post-pandemic. I condition it every so often. For canvas items, I'll wipe it down with a damp cloth. I am maybe considering getting a cleaning kit, especially for the Chanel Mini. That is my first lambskin bag, and so I'm not sure like how to take care of it or like how cautious I need to be with it. But for all the other bags, I really haven't done too much to it. Similarly, do you spray anything on your Louis Vuitton Palm Springs Mini slash other leather bags to protect them? So I don't spray anything on the Palm Springs Mini because the handle and the strap is treated cowhide leather. The Neverfull is now the only bag that I have with vachetta or untreated cowhide leather. And that one I'll spray with Apple Guard. I used to spray every few months, but now because I haven't used the bag, I just haven't sprayed it. It's not really to waterproof the bag. If I know that that day it's gonna rain, I'm not gonna use that bag, but it's more of a preventative measure. So that's really the only thing that I use to spray the bag. When I had more vachetta slash monogram bags, I would spray them more often, but I ended up getting rid of a lot of those just because they're not as carefree as I would hope. And so I can't. If you could restock any limited edition handbag, which one would you pick? Oh, this is a good question. Honestly, if it came down to it, I would be able to walk into Hermes and ask for either a Birkin 25 or a Mini Kelly in either a neutral color or a pastel color, like a blue broom or rose sakura with gold hardware. Ideally, that would be the case. Not that it's like out of stock, it's just exclusive, but if I could do that, I would definitely do that. Another bag that I would restock, if given that it's always out of stock, is probably a Chanel Mini. I know that I got one, but I would probably get another Chanel Mini in like a different color, probably like a pastel or a neutral, like a beige color. Yeah, so those are probably the two top of mind. I also want a Chanel boy bag in chevron with a light either beige color with gold hardware. I don't even know if that's like on season this time around, but yeah, I would restock that too. How did you get the Chanel flat bag? Any tips? So I didn't really get it through the conventional way, and I'll link the full video on how I got the bag up here so you can check that out. But pretty much I got it through the Facebook groups. I didn't want to jump through Chanel's hoops at the time, and I knew that there was an impending price increase, and it was a whole thing. And so I got it through Facebook groups. I'll leave that video up here so you guys can check that out. Why a cloffice instead of a separate closet and office? You know, this is a great question. So it really comes down to the fact that I needed the space to work because we've been working from home, but I also needed more space to put all my shit. So Danny has the master bedroom, and then he also has a walk-in closet there. And then we ended up getting a 2-bedroom apartment. So theoretically for this space, we both could have worked in here, but my stuff definitely would not have fit in that closet alone. And because there's a desk and there's all of my clothes in here, we're gonna call it a cloffice. This is technically an extended closet slash TikTok filming room slash where I work between 8 to 5 p.m. Okay, Anna asks, what handbags do you consider cheugy? Which ones to avoid buying? Oh, this is a good question. And I want to preface by saying that these are my opinions, and that as long as you like something, it doesn't matter if something is cheugy or if it's out of style. These are just really my opinion. In terms of, I don't know if I would say that these bags are cheugy. I think that they're a little bit dated, and I think at the price point that they're priced at now, I wouldn't necessarily spend that kind of money on it. So for example, the Galleria and Saffiano leather. I feel like it's a nice bag and it's a good bag to use for work, and I don't know if I'd necessarily call it cheugy, but at the price point that it is at this time, I think it's almost like $3,000, and considering on the resale market it's like $700, it doesn't retain its value very well. There's nothing that's really special about the bag, and so I would probably not purchase that bag. Again, I don't know if I would say that this bag is cheugy, but I just don't like it, and I can't really explain why I don't like it. I think I just don't like it. I really do not like the Louis Vuitton pochette Matisse. I think it's the shape of the bag. It's kind of too boxy for me, but I know that so many people like that bag, so it's a me problem. Top 5 designer starter bags with decent resale value. So really the best brands that have good resale value are Hermes, Chanel, and Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton is not necessarily, you probably won't make money off of the bag, but you're not going to lose as much value compared to, let's say, Prada, where some of the bags you will buy for $3,000 and on the resale market it'll sell for like $700 or $800. So for the most part, you'll probably make most of your money back with Louis Vuitton, if not all of your money back, specifically with the canvas items. So for example, the Neverfull, I think that has one of the best resale values in terms of bags that I own. So I bought that bag in Europe back when it was in 2018, and it was like 990 euros. So it was like 1,000 euros. And then also you get the tax VAT refund back. And then also when you translate that to US dollars, it's around like $1,200, I want to say. I don't know. And then I also sold the mini pouch that came with it. So the pochette that came with it, I knew damn well I was not going to use that. So I sold it for about $300. So that makes the bag, the total price of the bag that I ended up paying / receiving back, ends up being around $600 or $700. However, if you look on the resale market now, especially with how much the bag has gone up in price, I could probably sell it for about $1,300, $1,400, and that gives me a profit of like $600. So I think the Neverfull is a great starter bag. I know a lot of people say that the Neverfull is basic, but honestly, I don't care. Also, I'm very basic, so maybe that's why I don't care. Another bag I think that has really good resale value, but at the price it is now, I don't know if I would consider it a starter bag. The Chanel Classic Flap / Mini maybe a little bit better, but especially the Classic Flaps, being that the medium Classic Flap is almost $8,000 at this point, I really wouldn't consider that a starter bag. It does retain its value, especially if you bought it, let's say 3 to 4 years ago, maybe even longer. You're definitely going to make more money than you paid for it. However, if you buy it now, I don't know if Chanel's going to continue with these price increases, because $8,000 for a classic flap that so many other people have seem a little bit outrageous, considering I can also spend $8,000 on so many other bags, maybe even exotics, that's a little bit more unique. So I don't know if Chanel's going to continue raising their prices, but it's kind of like stocks where you buy it and you don't know if you bought it at the peak price before the growth kind of starts to trickle down. There's a ton of other bags that don't necessarily have the best resale value, but I do think that they're good starter bags in terms of that they are functional, they're carefree, and I think that they're going to be pretty timeless. So any kind of camera style bag, I love camera style bags. I think crossbodies are going to be they are pretty in at the moment, but I think that they're going to be really timeless. So any kind of crossbody / camera style bag, from the Gucci Soho Disco to the Marmont Mini to the YSL Mini Lou, YSL Toy Lulu. There's so many different styles like that I think that they're pretty carefree. YSL and Gucci tend to not hold their value as well, but you can always find it on sale. So if that's the case, then you're kind of minimizing your losses. What would you say is the best investment piece from Louis Vuitton? I think any of their canvas item is a pretty good investment piece, with the exception of the Keepall. I don't know why the Keepall doesn't usually do very well on the resale market, but pretty much any other canvas item definitely holds its value pretty well. Any kind of limited edition items also hold their value pretty well, but it depends on the collection. Sometimes the collection will be a huge hit and a lot of people want it, similar to like the watercolor collection for the men's that just came out. A lot of people want that, and I think the resale value for that will hold. However, there's also other collections that people, like the Escale collection that came out last year, people really didn't like that, and I think that the resale value for that is probably not going to be very good. Least used bag. Honestly, I have quite a few bags that I have never used that were gifted to me, and it's really just because during COVID I had nowhere to go, and when I did have somewhere to go, I'd prefer to use like something that was carefree and hands-free to go to Costco, or like I wasn't going anywhere special. So I'd probably say one of my least used bags is probably this one from Lancaster. I also haven't really used my Demelier bag up there. And then also my Speedy has not seen the light of day since COVID as well. This one's from Jessica, and she asks, how did you get into luxury bags and what was your first one? So my first luxury bag was the Neverfull, and then my first luxury item was the Clemence wallet. And I feel like when I first got into luxury, it was almost a sign of like, hey, you've made it. Like, as materialistic as this sounds, it was like one of those things. It was like, hey, you've worked hard and you've made it, so you've been able to like reward yourself with something. And so that was always the mentality that I've had with buying luxury bags. And I think that I was always chasing that high of like, hey, I've worked really hard, now I'm gonna go treat myself. And that's kind of how all of this started. This one's so funny. This one says, does your boyfriend pay for your bags or do you? Love you. Oh my goodness. Okay, love you too. I wish there was a world where my boyfriend paid for my bags. I know a lot of people's boyfriends do, and I think that like, and my love language is giving gifts, but his love language isn't. And so a lot of the times I would spend, like for my birthday that's coming up, I would buy the bags and he would instead spend the same amount of money that he would have on a bag, but take us on a vacation together. So he enjoys spending that quality time together. So I'm buying the bag for my birthday for myself, and then he is taking me on a vacation. So no, he doesn't pay for my bags, unfortunately. That's why we have to keep our job. 3 of my most used bags. Okay, so most used bags, most recently, I'm always using my Palm Springs Mini. That is one of my go-to bags that I'm always using. It's super carefree. It fits a lot more than you think it does, and it's like perfect for summer. So I love using that. I've also been using my Celine Belts bag a good amount, and the Polene Numero 10. I've been using that as well. Do you have any designer shoes? Yes, I have these sandals from Hermes. They're the Oasis sandals, so they have a little bit of a heel to it, but they're actually really comfortable compared to the flats, and I'm definitely surprised at how much I wear these. Do you ever think you're gonna be in purse piece? Honestly, no. I mean, I wanna say yes, but realistically, no. I think that I'm always looking for like the next thing and the next thing. And I know this is really toxic, but I'm always looking for the next thing. And this collection also continues to grow. I think partially it's because of TikTok and social media. I'm constantly feeling the urge to buy new things, to be able to post about them and like make content with it. But at the same time, I always feel like there's something that I'm missing in the collection. So I got the mini and I was okay, after the mini, I'm gonna be done. I'm definitely satisfied. And then now I'm looking at getting the Dionysus or getting the boy bag, something that's a little bit more edgy. And there's always something that I'm looking for next. But I'm hoping that I will be in purse piece because it's expensive. So that is all the time we have for today. I will definitely be doing another Q&A, so make sure you keep an eye out. I'll be posting it on my Instagram story with the little Q&A box. So make sure you're following me on Instagram so you can check that out. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I'll leave all of the videos I mentioned in the description box below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.